Right now, Americans are holding $1.6 trillion in checking accounts, earning basically 0%. That is more money than the entire gross domestic product of Australia, just sitting there. Some of it belongs to you. Maybe you got a tax refund this year. Maybe you saved up $1,000 from your last 3 paychecks. Maybe a relative sent you a check for your birthday, and you just let it sit in your account because you did not know what else to do with it. Here is the problem. Every day that $1,000 sits in checking, it is losing real value to inflation, while your bank turns around and loans it out at 24% on someone else's credit card, paying you nothing in return. Today, we are going to rank the 5 places your first $1,000 can go, from worst to best. Number 1 is the only option in all of finance that gives you a guaranteed 100% return on day 1. Meet Alex and Steve. Same city, same entry-level W-2 jobs, same $55,000 salary, both 28 years old. This month, they both got a $1,000 tax refund. Alex put it in the right place. Steve left it in his checking account. 1 year from now, Alex's $1,000 will be worth roughly $2,200. Steve's $1,000 will still be $1,000, and because inflation ran about 3%, its real buying power will be $970. Same income, same refund, same starting line, different destination. Here is exactly how Alex decided where the money went. Number 5. The worst place you can put your first $1,000 is where most Americans already have it, a regular checking account. The average national checking rate is 0.07%. At that rate, your $1,000 earns 70 cents a year. Meanwhile, the bank pools your money with everybody else's and lends it out at credit card rates averaging 24%. That gap is the entire business model of retail banking. Your bank pays you less the more you give them. Leaving your $1,000 in checking is not saving, it is a subsidy to your bank. Number 4 is slightly better but still a trap, the standard big bank savings account. Chase, Bank of America, and Wells Fargo, the 3 largest banks in America, pay an average savings rate of 0.01%. That is not a typo, 1 cent on every $100. A year of interest on your $1,000 is 10 cents. These are called savings accounts, but they save nothing. If you have $1,000 in a regular savings account at a big bank, you are earning 0.01%. That is 10 cents a year on $1,000. You could earn 500 times more by opening a high-yield savings account at an online bank. The top ones in 2026 are paying between 4 and 5%. At 4.5%, that same $1,000 earns $45 a year instead of 10 cents. The transfer takes about 10 minutes. You link your checking account, pick the online bank, click transfer, and your money shows up 3 business days later, earning real interest compounded monthly. This is money you are already going to save. Your bank is the only business in America that pays you less the more you give them. The only way out of that trap is to stop giving them your money for free. Your bank is counting on you to do nothing. Do not let them. Number 3. Use your $1,000 to pay down low-interest debt, student loans at 4%, car loan at 5%. Paying those down early gives you a guaranteed return equal to the interest rate. 4 to 6% is not bad. It beats a checking account by a factor of 80. But 2 other options still beat it. One very important exception. If you have credit card debt at 15% or higher, that debt jumps to the top of this entire list. Paying down a 24% credit card balance is a guaranteed 24% return, and nothing else on earth comes close. But if your only debt is the kind with interest rates under 7%, keep reading.
Number 2, a Roth IRA. This is where the math gets interesting. A Roth IRA is a retirement account you open yourself through any major brokerage in about 15 minutes. You put money in with after-tax dollars, and every dollar of growth from that point on is completely tax-free forever. The annual contribution limit in 2026 is $7,000 for anyone under 50, and income phase-outs start at $161,000 for single filers. For the audience of this video, those limits are not going to be your problem. $1,000 invested in a Roth IRA at age 28 becomes roughly $45,000 by age 65, based on the historical 10% annual return of the S&P 500. And here is the part nobody explains clearly. Every single dollar of that $45,000 comes out completely tax-free in retirement. If you did the same thing in a regular brokerage account, the government would take a cut of every dollar of growth when you sold. If you did it in a traditional retirement account, you would pay income tax on every withdrawal. The Roth is the only retirement account where growth is never taxed, ever. The trade-off is that you put money in with dollars you have already paid tax on today. For a 28-year-old earning $50,000 a year, the math works out dramatically in your favor because your tax rate today is lower than it will be in retirement. Open a Roth IRA this week. Put that $1,000 in. Let it compound. Number 1. The best place to put your first $1,000, and the only option in all of finance with a guaranteed 100% return on day one, is a 401k match. If your employer offers a 401k with an employer match, every dollar you contribute is matched by your employer, up to 3 to 6% of your salary. Put $1,000 in, your employer matches dollar for dollar. You instantly have $2,000. Not after a year, not after a month, the moment the payroll deposit clears. There is no other asset class on earth that doubles on contact. In 1978, Congress added a single paragraph to the tax code called Section 401k. It was meant as a minor tax break for executives. A benefits consultant in Pennsylvania named Ted Benna read it and realized it could become a retirement plan for regular employees. His own employer rejected the idea. He used it for his own firm's workers instead. 47 years later, the 401k is how most Americans retire, and every year billions of dollars of match money is left on the table because employees never signed up. Not every employer offers a match, and some require a few years of vesting, but if your employer offers one and you are not taking it, you are turning down the only guaranteed 100% return in all of finance.
There is exactly one guaranteed 100% return in all of finance, and most people walk past it every day. It is called a 401k employer match. If your employer offers one, every dollar you put into your 401k gets matched by your employer, usually dollar for dollar, up to 3 or 4% of your salary. You put in $1,000, your employer puts in another $1,000. The moment the deposit clears, your $1,000 has become $2,000. No waiting, no risk, no market movement required. A literal doubling of your money on day one. The average American earning $55,000 leaves about $2,200 of free match money on the table every year because they never enrolled. Over 30 years, that skipped match alone compounds into roughly $360,000 in lost retirement wealth. If you have not checked your employer's match yet, stop watching this video, log into your benefits portal, and check right now. So here is the actual priority order. Employer match goes first, always. Roth IRA goes second because tax-free compound growth over 40 years is the most powerful force in personal finance. Low interest debt goes third, unless you have high-interest credit card debt, in which case that jumps to the top. Ranks 4 and 5, big bank savings and checking, are never the destination. They are only the waiting room. Alex and Steve both got a $1,000 refund this year. Same $55,000 salary, same 28 years old, same city. Alex logged into the benefits portal, enrolled in the retirement plan, and directed the $1,000 into the employer match. The moment that deposit cleared, Alex's $1,000 became $2,000. Steve left his refund in checking, promising himself he would figure it out later. 1 year later, Alex's $2,000 sitting in an S&P index fund is now worth about $2,200. Steve's $1,000 is still $1,000, except inflation ran 3%, so its real buying power is $970. The gap between Alex and Steve at the end of year one is $1,230. Project that same decision over 40 years of compounding, and the gap becomes over $100,000. Same income, same refund, one decision. The difference between Alex and Steve is not how much they earn. It is that Alex spent 15 minutes reading the benefits portal and Steve spent 0. Employer match, Roth IRA, and high-yield savings. These 3 accounts are the entire foundation of building wealth as a W-2 employee in your 20s. Everything else is decoration. Here is what you do this week. Log into your benefits portal and confirm you're capturing the full match. Open a Roth IRA at Fidelity, Schwab, or Vanguard. Move any savings out of your big bank and into a high-yield savings account. Those 3 steps turn your first $1,000 into the seed of every dollar you will ever earn after it. Quick disclaimer before I let you go. I am not your financial advisor, and nothing in this video is personalized advice for your specific situation. Everything I covered is general personal finance education. If your situation is complex, talk to a professional before you act on any of it. And if this saved you the 15 minutes of figuring it out alone, hit subscribe so the next video lands in your feed. And if you want to know exactly how to invest the money inside that Roth IRA, which index funds to pick, what ratio makes sense at your age, and the 2 funds most new investors should avoid, watch this video next.